Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer and welcome to Best Kept Plans. Today's video is a budget with me for the paycheck that I will be receiving on April 14th, 2022 using the printable version of the Budget by Paycheck workbook from the Budget Mom. If you're interested in seeing that, please stick around. Because it's the start of a new month, I thought that we would first look at the monthly spread in the printable version of the Budget by Paycheck workbook. This really is my monthly hub. I try to include everything I can in this monthly spread that will in some way, shape, or form affect my budget. I do have my bills highlighted based on what paycheck I will be using to pay for them. As you can see, I've got 3 highlighted colors over here, but only 2 on my spread. That's because I was actually paid the last day of March, and I'm utilizing that to pay bills at the beginning of April. So my rent and my Spotify are in purple. They're going to be paid with my last paycheck in April. The rest of my bills for the month of April will be paid with this paycheck we're going to talk about. And then my last paycheck in April is on the 28th, and that's going to be utilized to pay bills that are in May. And I can show you all quickly my May monthly spread and how I have that blue color over here. Anything that is in yellow is related to a savings challenge. I do participate in the Budget Mom's monthly savings challenges. There's usually 2 per month. One of them you take from your paycheck, the other you take from your cash envelopes. I have my paycheck one that's not coming out until my last paycheck in April, but I do have some ones that are coming on my cash envelopes every Friday of the month. I also on Sundays always mark off that I am participating in the 52-week challenge. So those things definitely factor into my budget. I have been doing a monthly goal for every month in 2022 so far, and my monthly goal for April is going to be to decrease my spending, specifically my miscellaneous and my miscellaneous bill spending. I think at this point I should have posted my March monthly recap, and if so, you will know that I way overspent in miscellaneous and miscellaneous bills categories in the month of March. Really just, they were out of control, and I desperately want to get those down in the month of April. Moving to the paycheck budget tracker for my paycheck on the 14th, I'm going to zoom you all in so that you can see this clearly. So I had mentioned, I'm like, okay, ignore my miss rate up here. So I had mentioned, I think in my last cash envelope stuffing maybe, or it could have even been my last budget with me, that my paycheck amount kind of decreased a little bit, and that was because I had a birthday in early March, and basically every year on my birthday, the percentage I contribute to my retirement accounts goes up. And because of that, my paycheck amount went down. So I am now using $3,000 as my budgeted amount for my paycheck. No, not 300, 3,000. I don't know what I was doing there. If I bring you all down to the bill section of the paycheck budget tracker, I do have a few bills that I will be budgeting for with this paycheck. I will be paying my Netflix, which did go up to $15 and change, so that's why I'm budgeting $16. My Optimum at $205, my Verizon I'm budgeting at $125, my church contribution that I make monthly at $20, and then if you've been watching my budget with me's, you'll know that in 2022 I really want to make giving a bit more of a priority, and so every month what I'm doing is I'm highlighting a few different charities all focused around a certain or specific area of interest, and I am putting a poll over on the community tab here on YouTube as well as on my Instagram, and I'm asking for your opinions on where you'd like my monthly donation to go. And I factor in the votes from YouTube, the votes from Instagram, and whichever charity gets the most votes gets my donation that month. I always donate $100 with that. I don't know what I don't know what charity it's going to be yet, right? If you're watching this video, the poll is up on my community tab, and it is also up on my Instagram. So you can absolutely go and vote in both places. And I always share on my community tab what as well as my Instagram, what charity ended up getting the most votes. I also have a little highlight reel on my Instagram with all of the charities that I've highlighted since January. If you'd like to take a look and see where potentially you could donate some funds if you have the ability to. All of my bills added up do equal $466. And if I subtract that from the $3,000 I'm budgeting my income to be, I am left with $2,534. That is what I'm going to bring down to the envelope section or variable expense section of the paycheck budget tracker. This section has not changed since January. I always have these same categories, these same amounts. I put $200 towards groceries, $75 towards eating out, $75 towards gas, and $150 towards miscellaneous. If I add those together, it does equal $500. And if I subtract that $500 from the cash I was left with after paying my bills, I have a total of $2,034 left. That is what I'm going to bring up to the sinking fund section of the paycheck budget tracker. The sinking fund section has been where all the action's been at since I started basically reaching goal on a lot of my 2022 sinking funds. I have already reached goal on my birthdays, holidays, subscriptions, and medical sinking funds. That's very, very exciting. So I only have 4 sinking funds left, 2 of which are rolling sinking funds. My travel and my car maintenance sinking funds are rolling sinking funds. That means they have no goal and I will always contribute to them. So Christmas and car insurance and taxes are my only 2 sinking funds that have an actual goal that I'm trying to reach. And right now I'm targeting my car insurance and taxes sinking fund because that is due in July. So I need to have that money saved first. Of course, for Christmas, I have until, October, November of 2022 to save that money. So I will be putting $50 towards travel, $25 towards Christmas, $50 towards car maintenance, and then for car insurance and taxes, I'll be putting $145. Now, where did I get this value from? Well, usually I contribute $70 a pay period to my car insurance and taxes. But when I finished or when I reached goal on my birthday, holiday, subscription, and medical sinking funds, instead of just not putting that money towards my sinking funds anymore, I decided I would snowball it into other categories that I hadn't reached goal on yet. So I was putting 20 towards birthdays, 20 towards holidays, 15 towards subscriptions, and 20 towards medical. So if I add that all up, that's what, $75 plus the 70 that I normally contribute. So we have a total of $145. If I add all of these categories up, we still equal to the $270 that I usually put towards my sinking funds. And if I subtract that from the cash that I have left over after paying my bills and my variable expenses, I have $1,764 left. Now, I currently have debt, but my only debt is my student loans. And right now, student loans are on hold. Federal student loans are on hold. My student loans are federal student loans. Repayment was going to start in May. It is now not going to start until, I think the new date is August 31st. So I won't actually have my first payment due until September. I am utilizing this opportunity to save as much money as possible towards a house. I am not actively paying on my student loans. I am just saving every bit of money that I have after my bills, my variable expenses, and my sinking funds towards a house. I'm doing that because I really, really, really want to buy a house. I'm doing that because the housing market's really insane right now. And I'm doing that because I live in a really expensive area. I'm hopeful. I want to be hopeful and optimistic that when I do find the right house for me, I won't need to utilize all of my savings towards a down payment on that house. And instead, I'll be able to save a chunk of that to then make a bulk payment towards my student loans. But I don't know. And I don't want to do that yet and then not be able to, put an offer in on a house when I find the right house. So all $1,764 that I have left over after my sinking funds is going directly to my house savings, which is really exciting. My goal for the month of April, let's see if I can find it. We'll have to zoom out a little bit. So I've been utilizing this goals tracker from the Budget Mom as a house savings tracker. And let's see if I have it here. No, these are my $5 challenge ones. Net worth, credit score. Here we go. So this is my tracker for the first quarter of 2022, right? And I'm really excited. I did reach that goal. I went above that goal. I didn't figure out exactly how much I saved towards my house savings in the first quarter of the year, but I know it was over $8,500 because I reached goal on each three of these. But especially with my last paycheck in March, I think I put I don't know, several $100s over what my goal amount was anyways. So for April, May, and June, the second quarter of the year, I have a fresh sheet, and my goal is to save $7,500 over the next 3 months, $2,500 per month. And so each one of these flowers will equal $80. And with this first paycheck in the month, I'll be able to fill in quite a few of those if I can save over $1,700. Going back to the this budget for this current paycheck, my cash envelope breakdown looks, pretty similar to how it usually does. I always try to do largest bills possible. The only time that I vary from that is with regards to my miscellaneous envelope, and that's because that's where I pull a lot of my savings challenges from. So anytime on my monthly view where you see in parentheses CE next to a yellow savings amount, I'm pulling it from a cash envelope and I'm pulling it from my miscellaneous envelope. So for this paycheck, I have to save I think it's $68 towards the 2022 savings challenges, and then maybe $30 or something like that towards the 52-week challenge. And so I had those amounts in mind when I put my denominations in for my miscellaneous envelope. So for eating out and gas, they both get $75. I do that in a 50, 20, and a 5. For miscellaneous, I did 2 50s, a 20, 2 10s, a 5, and 5 singles. And then for my sinking funds here, again, always largest bills possible. That means when I get paid on the 14th, I will be going to the bank and withdrawing $570 to stuff into my envelopes. And you all will see that cash envelope stuffing in just a couple of days. So that is it for my budget with me for the paycheck that I will receive, I should say, on April 14th, 2022. As a reminder, head over to the community tab, vote in my poll to see which charity I will be donating to for the month of April. And you can also do that on my Instagram. The link to my Instagram is down below in the description. If you have any questions or comments, please do not hesitate to put them down below. I love hearing from you all. Whether it's a question or a suggestion, I do really always appreciate hearing from you all. And as always, everyone, please be safe. Bye-bye.